had to wear are truly limitless. So life on property as leasing, I mean, you're front of the house, you're front line. So you're getting every interaction, every guest, every phone call first. Yep. Even if it falls into your bailiwick or not, you're getting the first attempt to try to solve it.
Yeah. Being servant-hearted, I mean, that's just kind of what you have to be geared towards. It's not about yourself. I mean, whether it's coworkers or residents or prospects, your job is to help. So property management side, I mean, there's all sorts of avenues where you're having to put out fires or like solve problems for people, or you're trying to put people in homes that they want to be in and make it better for them just every day. So I think that's probably my favorite part about the industry.
You know, I think it's really important that we create a really positive experience for our prospects. You know, not every time are they coming in and it's a great scenario for them. You know, some of them they're coming from hardship. So I think it's, you know, being that smile when they walk in the door, assuring them that, you know, we're going to find the right fit for them. And I always like to refer to it as this is your new home, and we want to make sure that you feel at home and you find what's right for you. This is a big decision. So I like to make sure that they know that we understand the importance of this decision and that we're here to support them. And so I think for us, it's paying attention to detail. And not, you know, treating everyone the same. Not everyone's going to come in with the same, you know, desires in their new home. So I think it's really paying specific, you know, attention to what it is that they're looking for, tailoring, you know, our presentation to that. And then, you know, there's a lot of paperwork involved, and so paying attention to detail, and, you know, even, you know, down to making sure that their lease is correct. You know, little hiccups here and there can, you know, it can throw people off, and it can create an inconvenience for them. So I think it's just really trying to stay on top of what we do and make this as seamless as possible, to where when they move in, they're like, you know, wow, this was really smooth. You know, all I'm really dealing with at this point is my movers, and, you know, that's what we want to hear.
My big thing, and Lissy knows from our leasing calls, is I tell my girls, you know, some people are going to come in and be super ugly. The best advice I can give is to smile whenever you're talking, you know, giving them whatever solution you're trying to give them for whatever issue. Smile, because it means a lot. And not a smile like a forcible smile, just because it really helps with your tone. And I think a lot of times when residents are upset and whatnot, they just want to be heard. So, you know, the tone, the way that you come off and what you're telling them, I think with a smile on your face just makes it that much easier. And they're like, okay, they really aren't out to get me or anything. They're here to help me.
You know, I think every situation and every person you encounter is going to be very different, and you're not always going to have, you know, a script that you can answer their questions with, or, you know, address, you know, their actions with. And so I think number one is you really have to put yourself in their shoes and empathize. And, you know, sometimes when new people are coming in, you know, it's difficult for them to encounter those difficult situations, and sometimes they take it personal, and it's really not personal. So I think really sitting back, putting yourself in the other person's shoes, and knowing that they're not attacking you, they're just really upset at the situation. And, you know, you as, you know, the leader need to just focus on finding the solution. So that's what I would tell someone new in, you know, in a position like this.
As far as the people being different, you're going to encounter different people, so they're going to give you challenges every single day. If you feel like you're in a situation where you can't handle it, you can always reach out to somebody else, ask questions, so you can always come and help them out too. You shouldn't feel scared though, because they're human too. So I'm pretty sure they're scared the moment they're asking or giving you a difficult time. I'm sure they're scared too, because they don't know how they're gonna react. You just have to always stay calm and empathize with them to build that trust with them. Because I know if you're a new leasing specialist, sometimes residents like to stick with the same people that they see every single day. They're going to be like, I want to go with her because I've been dealing with her. But sometimes I'm like, I can help you too, because I'm doing the same thing she does. She's going to provide you with the same information she is, you know. Just have to, you know, build that trust with them.
Don't be scared. You got this. Yeah, don't be scared. I know I definitely was. So that was very, very tough and scary. I actually did what Trevor did. I was putting everything in my head. Don't do that. Yes, definitely take notes. Be prepared. Ask questions. Don't ever think a question is dumb.
Yeah.
And leasing, it takes a little while. You got to build up your pipeline. And I'll watch some new folks come in and they go 2 weeks, week and a half, they don't have a lease, and they're like, I'm terrible at this. And I'm like, no, you're not. Those folks are going to come back in a couple more days. It takes a minute, and you got that pipeline moving, and then your confidence boosts. So don't let that hurt your confidence up front.
I feel like everybody should be in tune with everything going on in the leasing office because that's where everything happens. Everybody needs to know what's going on with units, with maintenance, even with leasing. So if I'm not there and I have a move-in that day, my partner or somebody else in the office is able to take care of the move-in for me, and vice versa. We all should be able to communicate everything, have everything ready for everyone to access the same information.
How does a leasing agent's job overlap with the other departments? Whether it's, the property management side of things, or whether it is the resident services group or vendors that are coming in. Like, give us a little bit of insight, because you are the first face, right? But how do you interact with all of those other departments that you have on property?
They'll vary depending on what situation you're in, but I'll find myself doing stuff that like maintenance guys do, or like Brett will do, our property manager will do. And it's not a matter of, well, that's not in my job description. Like, it's just like, no, I want to help these guys out. And I think understanding that there's not really, I would say, blurred lines between like role. It's not so much as that as it is just being ready to do anything. And it's not as much to me as a sacrifice as it is like, oh yeah, of course he would do it for me. Like,
It's a team sport.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Very cool.
And I think the more that you interact with every position and understand every position, it's going to even help you develop in your position and even grow to the next, especially.
Yeah, very cool.
And you're forced to know how every other division operates, if you will. So they're going to lease an apartment to somebody, and then the make-ready technician is going to get it ready. And then, every property's different in their system. Maybe then the supervisor checks their work, or maybe the manager does. But at the end of the day, our leasing team has to make sure this unit looks great, because they're the ones that are going to hand the keys to these new people and have to be confident that this home is beautiful and ready for them. So they all know the systems of how they work and where to raise their hand if they see something wrong, pitching in on that side too. It makes their job even more unique to me that they overlap with everybody.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. And you're overlapping also in so many cases. You get to put the first kind of tone on how you will interact with those people, which is really interesting. When you guys think about kind of the teamwork side of things, right? Because you're talking about how you guys operate. Let's flesh that out a little bit more. What does a successful team look like on property? When it's all kind of, everybody's going well, the whole thing is gelling, everybody understands their role. What does that look like to you guys when you see that?
I think spot meetings for us, getting together all the time, where we just, hey, this is what I have going on, this is what I have going on, and coming together so we have an understanding of what everyone's day looks like. Just constant communication in a group meeting or a group chat, and just being able to jump onto something if somebody needs help. I think it's selflessness. I think just being ready to hurt yourself a little bit to help out the next guy is what makes a team go.